Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going over more Battlefield 6 leaks, including the apparent playtest for Battlefield Labs that is supposedly taking place today. Some people on Reddit were bold enough to leak the entire changelog for the latest Battlefield Labs update. And after that, we're going to discuss just where the hell this Battlefield 6 trailer is. I know a couple days ago we got further confirmation that it's supposed to be releasing quote-unquote this summer, but a lot of people were hoping for it to release by the time the month of June was over, and we're going to discuss just what a later trailer reveal means for the release of Battlefield 6. So let's get into things. If you enjoy the channel, be sure to subscribe to follow everything Battlefield 6. Be sure to hit the like button, and of course, swing by the streams. I stream every single day at twitch.tv/enders and this YouTube channel because I multi-stream. Quick note about the streams, could be getting a massive upgrade in streaming quality because it seems that Twitch released 1440p streaming, which means I'm no longer sort of bottlenecked and I can increase the resolution on both platforms. So the first thing we're going to be going over is this leaked patch note or this leaked changelog for the latest Battlefield Labs update. One thing that's very important to remember before we go over this Battlefield Labs update is there was another leak signifying that Battlefield Labs is now considered a quote-unquote alpha rather than a pre-alpha, and this is the update that made that shift. Whether or not that actually matters remains to be seen, but it is something important to note beforehand. The first super notable thing in this changelog is it appears that this update for Battlefield Labs made it a requirement to have secure boot enabled in order to play the game, much like what they've recently done with Battlefield 2042. And what they're doing here is very, very obvious in my opinion. They made sure to turn on the secure boot requirement during Battlefield 2042's life cycle so that they get more of the player base to enable it for when Battlefield 6 releases, so it's less of a shock. And yes, I understand some people don't even want to apply the effort to turn secure boot on, but, you know, it takes roughly 5 seconds. You go into BIOS, you turn it on, and then basically you never have to worry about it again. Maybe there's some niche scenario where you're doing some specific work on your computer and you can't have it, you cannot have secure boot on, maybe it messes with something. But in general, what they're trying to do with secure boot is fight cheaters, you know, turn on an extra option that helps combat them. So ultimately, I think it's probably just going to be fine. Now, taking a look at some of the things they changed in this Battlefield Labs update, a lot of it is just simple bug fixes, improvements, additions, right? They fixed the audio for vaulting, they added sound effects, all this sort of stuff. But in general, it looks a lot like a work-in-progress patch note. A lot of bug fixes, a lot of minor improvements, not really much to do with major changes. Now, one thing I do want to say about this is we've obviously seen a ton of leaks from the gameplay. The game looks better, right? It looks a lot better than what we've been recently playing with Battlefield 2042 and BF5 and all this stuff, but it's important to point out it still looks pretty rough and it needs a lot of work. And my worry is if this update truly turns the game into the quote-unquote alpha state, is this alpha state good enough to really guarantee a fantastic launch? Like, is the game far enough ahead already that when it gets to beta, it's going to be fantastic? And when it gets to the release version, it's going to be truly ready for this massive global stage that it will be releasing on? And I understand, you know, some people are going to comment, well, okay, well, Enders, it's a fucking work in progress. Like, what do you want? I'm fully aware of that. All I'm just saying is it truly far enough ahead to where we can essentially guarantee it's going to have a fantastic launch? I am aware that a lot of stuff can happen in a very, very short amount of time, and there are months to work on this game still. So, let's talk about where this trailer is. A lot of speculation going on around this trailer. People were really expecting it to release in June. And as a result, a lot of people are antsy, waiting around, you know, they're going, oh my god, you know, where's this trailer at? Is it going to be tomorrow? Is it going to be before June? Are they going to do something special where they release it at midnight on the 30th or something like that? But I think what they're doing with this trailer is I think we're going to have a later Battlefield reveal than what people initially expected. I think we're going to have a mid-July to early August reveal window. And what I think that ultimately means is we could be guaranteed a later Battlefield launch this year. I think there's a good chance this might be the first time Battlefield releases in, say, early March 2026. Because I'm just assuming the further and further you push that reveal back means the further and further you push back that release date. And remember, Andrew Wilson in his EA earnings call specifically said they are leaving the window open to delay the game if they need to do it. And that is not, some sort of fluke statement. That was a planned statement openly saying they're willing to delay this game in front of the investors. But another thing to keep in the back of your mind is just a couple days ago, a DICE developer took to Twitter, Andy McNamara, and he essentially guaranteed or confirmed that this reveal will be happening, quote-unquote, this summer, and the players will know when it's coming. Okay, so, assuming they're basing summer off of, let's say, the North American definition of summer, summer started Friday, June 20th, and it goes all the way until September 22nd. That is how summer is defined in the Northern Hemisphere. This does include, obviously, July and August, so it still makes sense. Summer is still referring to months as late as September. However, I don't really think we're going to be getting a September reveal. That would be especially concerning. And I certainly wouldn't want to see the Battlefield community's reaction to that. I have a feeling a lot of people would be getting way, way more antsy than they are right now about it. So, unfortunately, all we can do once again is wait. I will say, though, the wait for this Battlefield game is absolutely brutal and just, oh my god, it feels like it's been 20 years. You ever see that meme? It's like, it's been 84 years. That's what it feels like since the last time we got a Battlefield reveal in Battlefield 2042. The Battlefield series has never been like Call of Duty. We don't get a new game every single year. So when Battlefield games release, it is a gigantic deal and really does set the stage for how the next few years are going to be in a lot of people's sort of video game pastime looks like. Longtime followers of the channel will know that at this point, I just want a good Battlefield game that I can share with my community for once. I would really love the opportunity before I quit this whole content creation thing to have one of my main games that I play be a good, happy experience, right? And I don't have to make a video every other week critiquing an update they made with a horrible decision or how the game sucked on launch or just anything regarding that at all. So please, EA DICE and whoever else is working on the game, please do not mess this game up. It would be greatly appreciated. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoy the content, be sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and swing by the streams. I stream every single day at twitch.tv/enders. Let me know what you think about all this stuff in the comment section, and I'm going to see you guys in the next video.
Tango spotted!